Hello, hello. Welcome back. And welcome back for me too, because I went on vacation. I went to this really cool place in Topanga, California, the nicest Airbnb I have ever stayed at in my entire life. And I haven't stayed at many, but I'm pretty sure this is like one of the top best ones ever. It was so cool. I'll show you a clip of it. This was such a unique hideaway that I'm so grateful to have found. It was tucked away up in the mountain, and you could only get there through the winding roads and the tiny streets. It was so natural, and the vintage features made it so cozy. The plant life here was incredible. It was so lush, and the tropical plants were so gigantic. Since it was higher up in elevation and it was so close to the coast, it was so much cooler than the hot air that I was used to in Vegas. It was so energizing to be here. I left this place feeling very inspired. So I have been very busy the past few weeks. I have also been ruminating. I have been resting my mind and my body and kind of going through, I don't know, I feel like I'm going through some kind of metamorphosis in life. So I haven't been doing, actually, I haven't done any plant chores in a while. So like I just haven't had the time, but I also haven't really just been up to it. And my vacation was awesome. I felt very energized when I was actually on the vacation. But now that I'm back, well, when I first came back, I just felt so exhausted. And I had to take a couple days to just like replenish my energy. But I'm happy to say that I have my energy back and I'm ready to start doing my plant chores again. So today has been a big watering day for me. And I watered I spent 2 days watering all my plants before I went on my vacation. And I kind of probably overdid it on at least one of them. My grapes, my Hoya grapes. It's starting to rot. It's browning from the inside of the leaves, so I'm pretty sure that's from root rot. So that sucks really bad. But I can see that the seller that I bought it from is selling more of her cuttings of the grapes. So I'm gonna have to reach out to her and get another one. But as usual, as I water on my plants, I also inspect them just to make sure everything's okay. This one right here, as you can see, I mean, I didn't have to inspect it. I could see from afar that it's not doing okay. This is my Oxalis triangularis, and I've had this, I don't know, a couple months. I'm pretty sure I got this in spring, and this was from Trader Joe's. I only paid $5 for it, and you may have seen in a previous video that I took it out of its original pot and I separated it because I felt like it was overgrowing its original pot. And this was the Costa Farms pot that I reused for this. It's a self-watering setup, but for some reason it was not working. So even though there's lots of water in here and I could see that it was like at least half full of water, for some reason this thing was wilting, like it wasn't getting enough water. So I don't know if the wick just wasn't working well enough. Maybe it just wasn't like bringing the moisture up to the roots enough, but it seems like it just kind of like dried out. So I'm gonna have to take all these dead leaves off, and I'm going to use this. I just cut this plastic bottle up and use this as a watering dish from now on because this does not get air. When this inner pot is in this outer pot, it's totally closed off, and it smells like, I mean, it doesn't smell bad, but it smells like stagnant water, I guess, with plant life in it. I don't know if that makes sense, but I'm not liking it. I feel like, so now that I've owned plants for like 7 months and with all the experience that I've had so far, I feel like it's really important to have aeration. You guys may have seen the mushroom that was growing out of one of my pots, my self-watering setup that I had. Like it was totally closed off to the air and it actually grew a full-on mushroom out of the bottom of the pot. So I am really not happy with this setup. It needs more air. So I'm going to take off all So I'm going to take off all these dead leaves, and I've already watered it, but I'm going to, after I finish cleaning it up, I'm going to put more water down in the bottom so it'll like soak up more. You can see all the little leaves are closed up. They're sleeping. They do not feel happy. They're hiding from the world. But I'm going to give you guys a close-up as I take off some of these crispy leaves. Before I start cleaning up my oxalis, I want you to see my Hoya with the super long tendril. I put it on this tree branch and it started coiling around there. Look at this skunky water. It's so gross. I need to clean this out. All right, this poor plant. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with this outer pot. I don't think I'm gonna use it anymore actually. Maybe I'll give it away for free on Facebook Marketplace because I actually don't like the way it looks and I don't like the way that it functions either. So that's leaving my house. But what do you think of my Hoya? I think it's so cool. Like when I first put it on the stick, I did have to like wrap it around myself to make it just like stick on there, I guess like the tension or whatever. So I didn't have to clip it or tie it, but like I can see right here on the very end, it has wrapped around like it's hugging the stick now. Like I can tell that the Hoya has like wrapped itself right there. So that's pretty cool. And it grew a new leaf right there. So hopefully it will start to grow more leaves up on this long tendril. And I actually do see little tiny baby ones coming out here and this node too. All right, so I'll go ahead and finish cleaning this up. This was when I first separated this plant into two different pots. This one actually looked the best. Maybe I can find a clip and show you guys the comparison. The other one looks so sad. It was like really limp when I first put it into its other pot. But that one is doing okay. It's doing better than this one now, actually. So it's interesting. It's like the setup really matters. And they're in the same substrate. Like the soil that I'm using is exactly the same. So I know it's not the substrate. Somehow, like this self-watering pot just was not working with my substrate and this plant. So to make some changes, and I will show you the other one in just a minute after I finish this up. I think it's lost like half of its leaves, but I'm pretty sure it will make a comeback. This plant grows, I don't know if you call them corms or bulbs. They're like yellowy orange colored bulbs. And the baby plants grow from those. So hopefully it will multiply and come back to its fullness again. Okay, how does that look? Oops, I missed some over here. These are still a little bit green, so I'm gonna leave those on there. Just took off all the super brown, crispy ones. Okay, so let me go get the other ones so you can see the comparison. And I'm gonna give this more water. So here's the other one. And it has perked up a little bit since I first put it in here. Some of them are still kind of like drooping way down. And I kind of wonder if it's because the stems are so long and they just can't hold themselves up. I wonder if they need support or something. I really do not know, but I think it's so cool that some of these have turned purple. Like especially you can see on the back, and then it has kind of like a bronzy color, like the purple kind of shows through on the top. It's so pretty. And I do actually want to get a purple oxalis. I know that Gabriella Plant sells them, and I've been wanting to get one, but I'm probably gonna have to wait until next spring maybe. I don't know if I want to buy one in the fall because I think these go dormant when it gets cold. So I don't want to get a brand new plant and then wonder if it's alive all winter. I want to get in the spring and see that it's doing okay in my house, and then at least enjoy it throughout the summer before it goes dormant. And I don't know what I'm going to do when that happens with this plant. Like, are you supposed to, if anyone knows, are you supposed to cut all the leaves off in the fall and let it be dormant like that? Or do you just let it, do they close up and just wilt? Or like, how does that work? I've seen people cut all the leaves off. So I don't know. I guess I'll see once the time comes when it gets colder. I'm sure this will start to react to the cold weather and I can make my decision from there. So I think that looks better. And the setup I have here is also a self-watering setup. And I actually put this together myself. Like I bought all the pieces separately and there's definitely aeration. So the cache down here is separate and there's a space here. So it gets air in there. So hopefully no mushrooms will be growing out of this pot. And then I'm using the cotton wick that goes all the way to the bottom. And this seems to be working just fine so far. And I can see that it probably needs to be watered. It feels pretty light. So I'm gonna go water this now too. It really feels so good to have my energy back and my motivation back again. Like, this feels so good to be doing this again. But I wanted to let you guys know, give you an update on my pest problem. So one of you had commented that you wanted to know how it was going with the products that I was using, if it was working or not with the pests. So I have had spider mites on my ivy plants and I have had mealybugs. I'm pretty sure, I think it was mealybugs. Of course, I had fungus gnats and the fungus gnats were starting to become a problem. Like they were multiplying. So I went to my local nursery and someone has suggested that I use this. So I was told to use 3 to 5 tablespoons and then put like a drop of soap in a gallon of water. And at first I was only using like 2 tablespoons of this because I was so scared. I don't know. At the beginning of my journey, I was such a scaredy cat. I was so afraid to give my plants anything other than water. And when I saw how soapy the water was, I was so scared that I diluted it. So that didn't help very much with the gnats. So then when I saw that they were multiplying, I started using 5 tablespoons of this in a gallon of water. And I didn't use the soap. I just got lazy on that part. But it has been working. So my gnat problem has disappeared. And I'm sure they're not 100% gone. Like I'll see maybe like one every once in a while, but it truly has helped. So if anyone's wondering, this stuff seems to be working pretty well. And I don't think it's affecting my plants negatively. And I use it every watering. And I don't know if that's going to affect my plants in the long run negatively, but I guess we will find out. But I have lowered the dosage down to 3 tablespoons. And so we'll just see what happens from here. But here's my grapes, my Hoya GPS 7240, and I'll show you a close-up. I want to take it out of the substrate and take a look at the roots and see if I can save this plant. Okay, I'm just gonna dump out the substrate into this cup here. Oh, the leaf is coming off. They are hanging on by a thread. Well, I don't know if it's a good sign that the leaves are not like just instantly popping off. Oh, wait. Okay, that one just came off. That's totally brown. This substrate smells weird. It has like a very, I don't know, a strong smell coming out of it. It smells like, I don't know what it smells like. Algae, maybe? I really do not like soil. It's so messy. I want to eventually try to switch all my plants to pond if I can. I shouldn't be doing this in my bedroom, but I have my family downstairs in my living room, so there's a lot of noise. And it is way too hot for me to go outside right now. It's a high of 100 something degrees. But we have had a cooler summer this year than in previous years. Last year got so hot. Oh, there's hardly any roots on this plant. Another leaf just came off. Okay, I'm going to show this to you guys. My neighbors are yelling so loudly at their dogs right now. They yell at their dogs every day. They're like constantly barking. And I don't think yelling at them is going to help. I don't know. There are dog trainers out there. I'm just saying. Here's the close-up. Look at those spindly roots. They're so tiny. And what is this? This is like the stem, I think. The entire stem was submerged in the soil. I do not agree with this method. So when I got this cutting, it had 2 leaves, which are now gone. And it grew 1 leaf, which seems to be still attached. Not anymore. Oh, my poor plant. Well, I don't know. Do you think I can save it if I clean this up and put some hydrogen peroxide solution and plant it back in, but only the bottom, not the entire stem? This is not the first time this has happened. I bought this from a seller. I got lots of plants from her, and like the whole stem and even some of the leaves will be like totally submerged in the substrate. So, I mean, I'm still gonna buy plants from her because she has a lot of Hoyas and she sells them pretty cheap. But I'm gonna have to start repotting them like really fast, maybe even like as soon as I get them, because I do not agree with this method. So let me see if I can save this plant, and I don't know if I should change it over to pond because it's been so used to being in the substrate. I wonder if I should cut it. If I cut it in half and I propagate the top portion in pond and then let these 4 spindly roots continue to grow in the substrate that it was in. And then one of you guys told me that you can propagate Hoyas from the leaves, but it takes like 6 months. I wonder if I could try that. Are you supposed to cut the leaf though? Like I've seen people cut leaves in half, like long ways like this, and then they propagate it like that. I'm gonna try it as an experiment. Even though this leaf is like yellowing already, I'm just gonna give it a shot. I decided I'm not gonna cut it. I'm just gonna leave it intact because I don't want to stress it out even more. I got all these plastic cups. Somebody gave these to me. So rather than use them as drinking cups, I'm just gonna use them for my plants because I feel like if I drink out of it.
Oops, my microphone died mid-sentence. But I was just saying that if I were to use these to drink out of, I was going to probably throw them away afterwards, and I didn't want to do that. So I decided to use them long term with my plants. I was also saying that I couldn't find a set ratio for the hydrogen peroxide and water solution. So I kind of just squirted some in there and went with that. And then I got scared at these white things. I had a suspicion that they might be mealy bugs.
I don't know what that white stuff is, you guys. It looks suspiciously like a mealybug. I'm gonna poke it. Oh, maybe it's just perlite. Oops, never mind. um, the soil is not coming all the way off. I have to like mechanically remove it. Yeah, those are just perlites. um, but there are more there are more roots coming out of the stem, but I still don't think it's a good idea to submerge that much of a stem into the soil. I just don't agree with that at all. Okay, so the stem is like totally brown, but there are some tiny white roots. So I will try to keep this plant. And what I'm going to do is I'm putting it in a pond. I do not like this soil. It smells weird, and I just don't like soil in general. Okay, I just reamed some holes into this plastic, and I think this soil is making me sneeze. I just like, my nose feels so itchy, and it's like sneezing. All right. I need a bottom cache. Oops, I forgot to put the plant in. Okay, look at those cute little roots. Okay, I changed my mind. I'm not going to put it in like this. I'm going to just lay it on top of the pond that's in here. I have my ivy in here. I've had it in here for so long. I got spider mites, and then I almost threw away the plants. But then I took cuttings and then I propagated them in this container. So it's like 100% humidity. And I haven't opened this thing up in so long, but they're still alive. Yeah. I should probably take these out and put them in a pot. Whoa. Definitely got some roots. So this thing has graduated. It's gonna go in this pot that I just made. Look at that, nice healthy roots. So I'm gonna take this out and substitute it with this. I'm just gonna lay it on top because I have seen people do that. These are the variegated ivies. There's definitely some roots on here too. Yes. 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 These have graduated. So I'm so scared that the spider mites are going to come back again, but I am going to be vigilant. I will keep these separate from all my other plants, and I'm going to spray them with my neem oil. So this is another pest preventative thing that I've been using, my neem max, and I don't know, I guess it works. I haven't seen any pests so far. Hopefully I don't, but this grapes Hoya, it's just gonna go right on top of the pond. I'm not gonna bury any part of it because I have seen this work. There's another girl who has lots of Hoyas. She has a channel also, and she has 100% success by propagating her Hoyas like this. So I'm just gonna see if I can save this little thing like that. And I'll put this under my grow light downstairs. Actually, I'll just set it right here next to this grow light. And these guys, I'm gonna try to grow these in pond. And this one has one rotted leaf. Goodbye. And I'm gonna put this one in here. My nose is getting so itchy. I'm gonna get rid of this soil totally. Okay, so let's get this little guy in the pond and find a good place for it to live. I'm going to be very careful not to submerge the stem too much. Just like that, that's good. This is going to be the watering dish. Looks so cute. My ivy. No more spider mites, please. All right, so I'm going to cut the Hoya leaf now, and I'm going to put it in the same propagation station as its stem. And I'm going to just try cutting it in half and see if that works. Firstly, I'm just going to clean it in the hydrogen peroxide solution. What is that? Is that soil? It's not coming off in the water. I think it's soil. It's just stuck to the fur of the Hoya leaf. Here goes. It's so fun to experiment. And these are totally gone. I'm pretty sure these leaves, there's like no reviving them. But this one, let's see how it goes. So I'm going to put it in here. I'll just put it like so that the cut part is touching the pond. Kind of. Like the roots will reach out because it's 100% humidity. It's getting moisture from the air. So it doesn't need to be submerged. So we'll see how that goes. I'll show a close-up of the before. There it is. So unfortunately, my globulosa also lost a leaf, and I didn't even touch it. It just fell off by itself, and I don't know why. It's in the draft. It's been in an area with draft for a very long time, and it was doing just fine. This was the newest leaf that it popped out, and it was looking healthy, but I think it got too dry for too long. The substrate that it's in has huge air pockets in it, and it's from the same seller as the grapes. I'm really not happy with the substrate. But that's the substrate of that one, of this plant, is different. It has like way more leca clay balls, but it's in a tiny cup. And I just think the leca clay balls are too big for this size of a plant in that small of a cup. I'm gonna have to change that out too eventually, but I have to like go do things. So this is gonna be the last thing I do. I'm gonna cut this in half also and put it in this propagation station and see if I can save it. I just wanna see what happens. I just wanna see if it works. There it is, a beautiful leaf that I have to cut up. I'm just gonna cut in the middle of this thing. I don't know what that's called. Into the box it goes. All right, wish me luck with this, you guys. Oops, I fell over. Okay, last thing for today is I just need to pot up the rest of my ivies, and I'm gonna do it in here. I had my Hoya shooting star, one of the propagations in here, and it totally died. Oh, but that's okay. Life goes on, and I still have plenty of other plants to take care of. Eventually, I will get another shooting star. I really liked it. Okay, so I have 3 cuttings of my variegated English ivy, and I will put all 3 of them in this cup. Healthy root, healthy root, and small healthy root. And again, I'm going to be careful not to submerge too much of the stem. Ta-da! Cuteness. And this will be my cache, my watering dish. Okay, so I'm going to give these guys some water and find an isolated location for them to live, not in my bedroom with all my favorite plants. And I will see you guys in the next clip. I'm back. So I have a little bit of time right now to do some planty stuff before I have to go take care of my life duties. But I wanted to show you guys my Thai constellation. It popped out a new leaf, which came out so beautiful. I think it might be the most beautiful leaf it has right now, but it came out backwards. So here it is. And look at that beautiful leaf. It's got the nice sectoral variegation here, which I love. I love this on the Thai constellation. Like this one has this leaf. Actually, this might be the most beautiful variegation on this plant, but it just doesn't have splits. And then actually this one's really nice too. But I love it when it gets lots of white. Like this is more cream than it is white. But that's the new leaf. And for some reason, even though I was giving only one light source to the front of the plant, this brand new leaf grew out backwards. Why did that happen? So I'm kind of wondering what I should do. If I should just leave it like that, or if I should propagate like these 2 leaves, or maybe just this one leaf. Like, should I cut it off and propagate it once it grows out more? It's I don't know. Now it's a 2-sided plant, which I guess it's okay. But this plant usually lives in my bathroom on my bathtub, and I just put it here whenever I make videos so you guys can see it. But it's got the window facing it to the front of the plant, so I have no idea why that plant grew up backwards like that. Oh well. But yesterday, I was able to finally go to the ceramic shop and pick up my pots, the rest of the pots that I made on the wheel. And I used this really nice dark chocolatey color clay that I love so much. And I mean, the pots didn't come out perfect or anything. It's all just for practice, but I am definitely going to use them for my plants. Like they're still usable. So let me show you. So here they are. So these 2 right here, these are supposed to be self-watering pots. So there's like a cache at the bottom, and then I cut out like, I think it's called a flange. But I did it so that it like fits right in there like that. But I didn't make holes big enough for the cotton wig to go through. So it's just gonna have to be like a draining dish. And then I don't know why, I'm pretty sure I used the exact same clay, but this one came out much lighter. Like it's supposed to look dark like this. Like I love this dark brown color. And then these are not glazed yet. They've been bisque fired, but I wanted to use like a clear satin glaze on top so that the original color, like the natural color of the clay, shows through. So I have no idea why this came out so light. So I've got 5 brand new pots. So this is gonna have to be like maybe either a drainage dish or like a cover pot for something. It's kind of short. It's funny, like the clay will shrink. Like I'll make it, it'll be like this tall or something on the wheel, and then when it dries, it like shrinks down. So I have to get used to that. But all of these pots, this was a mess up. I did not put that lip on there on purpose. It kind of just like slumped over, and I was like, oh well, I'll just leave it like that. But this one is also going to be like a drainage dish or a cover pot. And same with this one. Like I wanted to get all straight sides on all of these, like a totally straight cylinder, because I like that minimalist look. And then this one has a totally flat bottom. So I was just experimenting with the different shapes. This one I decided to put a foot ring on the bottom. So actually when you like lay it on the table, it looks like it's kind of floating because it has a shadow at the bottom, which this one does not. It's totally flush with the table. So I just wanted to see how they came out like that. But each of these was 1 pound of clay, and I was trying to get the same look, like cylinder look, except for with these. This one I put the holes at the bottom, and then of course I put like this, I don't know what you call that, a button or something so that it will fit inside like that. There. And then this one I also put a foot ring, except it's flat on the outside, or at least it was supposed to be. It's like flat here, so it's flush with the table, but then there's just a little bit of space on the inside there. So I was just experimenting. And then this one, like I was trying to get all totally straight, but this one kind of like widens towards the bottom, but that's okay. I mean, this is my first time ever trying to make anything like this, and it was a lot of fun. So I can't wait to do more, and I'm going to show you guys my journey as I set up my garage and try to turn it into a studio. It is so hot. It's like 100 degrees now, and I'm just gonna push myself through the heat. Even though I hate heat, I hate being hot, I'm just going to figure out a way to try to keep myself cool. Like maybe I will just take a super cold shower first and then go work in the garage with wet hair. I tried putting a fan in there. It was supposed to be an AC, like portable unit, but it turned out to be a swamp cooler, and I didn't like it. It just felt like a regular fan, and so I returned it. And then I reached out to some people about putting in like a mini split, like an actual AC in there, but that's turning out to be really, really expensive. So I might just have to suffer through the heat and just like sweat while I work, which, okay, I guess I'll do it for my passion. But I don't know, let me know what you guys think of these pots. Is this a good idea, or like, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to make any more like this or not. If I do, I have to remember to put bigger holes here so I can put the cotton wick. But I do like having self-watering setups. But now that I have more experience, I want to have it so that there's aeration in the cache. So these, when I made these, I did not think about that before. I didn't know it was going to be a problem, like to not have aeration. So I'm going to have to do a different design. So I've got some ideas in my head. I have to like draw them out though. So last video, I was talking about my Ep.10 pinatum albo, and I was talking about repotting it, and I never had a chance to do it. So I'm going to do it right now. I wonder how many plants are in here, because it looks like there's more than one cutting. Okay, I can't wait to see what's in here. And I'm so glad that I'm finally getting around to doing this. Look how tiny this pot is. And see this long vine? It's been trying to shoot out leaves, but for some reason it's not able to. So I'm going to rescue it from this tiny prison that it's in. The soil is starting to dry out. Oh yeah, it's pretty dry. Yeah, look at those roots. That's totally root bound. Wow. Okay, this thing needs to go into a bigger pot. I kind of wonder if I should just leave it like that. This poor guy is so root bound. It totally does look like ramen. But I think I don't want to separate it now because it looks like it's like entangled all together and I don't want to disrupt its comfort. So I'm just going to put it into a bigger pot. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to propagate this vine right here. I'm going to cut it into maybe 1, 2, 3, or 4 pieces and then propagate these in pond. So let me go find a pot. Okay, I found this pot. I had my neon pothos in this. So it's got plenty of drainage holes and it is significantly larger than this tiny pot, but I think it's gonna be okay. This thing, it has huge roots on there. I think it'll be just fine. So I'm just gonna add my aeroid mix that I made around this. And I'm not even gonna like try to loosen it up or anything. I'll just put it in like that. I'm pretty sure it'll find its way to unravel into the surrounding soil. All right, so this is an old batch of soil that I've made. It's still good. Okay, this soil is gonna come out of the holes. So I'm just gonna put this on top. That fits perfectly, yay. It was meant to be. I really do not like doing this in my bedroom, but I kind of feel like I don't have an alternative right now. It's so hot outside, and then my family's always home because it's summer. My kids are here, and it's not nice to have background noise when I'm making my videos, and plus they don't want to be public. So I have to respect that. I think this is gonna be great. I have high hopes for this plant. Finally, it can live out its potential. I'm gonna have to give this thing a water once I'm done. Oh, I can totally see like all this dust going in my ear. I should get one of those air purifiers, like the Shark, really strong Shark ones. I think they're like a couple $100s. I've seen them on Amazon. Like plants are good at purifying the air, but not for things like dust particles. So if I'm going to be doing this in my bedroom, I think I should get an air purifier. And I'm definitely going to vacuum my carpet after this. It's good to go out into nature and get dirty. Like I read a book, I forgot what it's called, but they were saying that you shouldn't try to be too clean. Like you should go out and breathe in whatever is out there to breathe in and just let yourself get dirty with nature, like natural things, not like actual toxic dirty things, but like dirt and stuff like that, leaves or whatever. That's good for your immune system, but I don't know if it's good to have dust flying around in my house from my soil. Yay, I feel so happy for this plant now. Huge load has been lifted from my shoulders. Hey, let's get this little guy watered. I am so excited to see this thing grow out now. It's such a beautiful plant. Like I feel like they gave me a really good specimen with like these super white leaves. So beautiful. I'm so sorry it took me so long to repot you. Oops. The water is just going right through the soil. It is 100% dry, the new soil that I put in there. Okay, I'll just let it soak up. So I do definitely want to cut this vine as soon as possible, but since it was kind of dehydrated, I'm going to wait for it to soak up all this water, and then either later today or maybe tomorrow, I'm going to cut these, each node off, and propagate them into pon. And I ran out of pon, but I have like this leftover stuff that is from old dead plants. So I'm gonna boil it. I actually got this dedicated pot just for boiling pon. So I'm gonna do that right now. I think I have time right now. And I'll probably just boil it for like 10 minutes. Right, here it is. This is for you, Regina, and also Nancy and Sharon. And I don't know your name, but I will put your username up on screen. Thank you so much for you guys for your encouragement as I go on my journey in the ceramics world. So this is my garage. This is the portion that I'll be using for my ceramic studio. And you can see that is full of stuff right now. But this is not even the half of it. Like I've been cleaning this out for like 10 years and it was like full to the brim. And I've gotten rid of most of the stuff, thankfully. So now I just need to finish like getting rid of a bunch of stuff and organizing, moving stuff around so that I have space for my wheel. And I do have a couple of outlets in here that I can use. One's going to be for my wheel, and if I need a light, I'll have to use that for the light. Otherwise, if I have light from outside, I can plug in a fan there. It is hot right now. But let me show you around. So here is the kiln that I got from Facebook Marketplace. It is super old, but I think it's still going to work. The elements still look good. I don't know if you can see them, but the little coils, those are the most important things on a kiln, one of the most important. And they look like they're still okay. So the previous owner of this kiln had told me that he only used it maybe like 20 times, but he's had it for like 30 years. I think it's probably from the 70s because I looked it up online. I think this is a really super old kiln, but hopefully it still works. And over here, I have this concrete board. It is waterproof and it's super lightweight. So I'm gonna use this as my tabletop. So I just had done a search online to see like what material would be the best to work with clay. And a lot of people said that this HardieBacker concrete block is like the best thing to work with. So I haven't tried it yet. Hopefully what I read online is correct. I spent maybe almost $40 for this to have it delivered also. Someone that I know helped me to deliver for like $5. But I need to find a way to prop it up so it'll be like a tabletop. So I don't know what I'm going to do about that yet. I'll have to brainstorm. Hey, I'm back. So some of you might know that I have an Etsy shop. I sell nature-inspired clothing and other goodies. And every once in a while, I get returns. Like maybe the sizing is wrong and they need to exchange or whatever. And I got this back. It is a lavender design on a lilac-colored sweatshirt. It's a Comfort Color sweatshirt. It is a double X. I mean, yeah. Yes, it's double X. So it's too large for me. I'm not going to be able to use it for myself. And I was thinking about doing a giveaway. What do you guys think? Like, should I start an Instagram account or something and like do giveaways every month or so whenever I get returns? So, I mean, the person like loved it. Like people who buy my stuff always usually love my stuff. I have I think a 4.8 rating, 4.8 star rating right now, average. So I don't know. Let me know if you guys are interested in trying to win this, like these comfort colors sweatshirts are so comfortable. Like that's what the inside looks like. It's so freaking soft. And I love wearing these. Like I have so many comfort colors clothes for myself and they're like the most comfortable things ever. But yeah, if that sounds cool, then maybe I'll give it a shot. So just let me know down below. If there's enough interest, then I'll start the Instagram thing and do a giveaway. Also, I gave you guys an exclusive discount if you want to go to my shop. Here's sunandrain.etsy.com. And all you have to do is type in plant love at checkout and you will get a discount only for you, my plant people. So yesterday, you guys watched me repot my Epipremnum pinnatum albo, and I'm getting the vibes that this thing is feeling very happy in its new home. So now I'm going to propagate. I'm going to cut off each of these nodes and propagate these into pon. Look at this long vine with 0 leaves. This is so funny. I can see there's beautiful variegation in there. So let's see what we can do. I'm just going to cut at each node. Did you guys see what I just did? I could have been in the wrong spot. Luckily, I figured it out after the second cut, so let me do it right. I don't think it's gonna matter that much that I cut it in the wrong spot. I mean, I guess it's not really wrong. There is still a note on there with an aerial root, but I'm just gonna cut off this part because I have propagated another pothos and I noticed the roots didn't really come out of the bottom part of the stem. Like it came from the aerial root into the water propagation. So that was interesting. So from now on, I'm going to, when I propagate the pothos, put the aerial root into the substrate because I feel like that helps it like to grow the root faster and to start like growing faster, I think. So that one's gonna be trash. And this stem also has been trying to grow leaves and just couldn't. So cut here and right here. So these are super tiny cuttings, but I think they have potential to grow into a large, beautiful plant in the future. And there's that. I got a haircut. And I actually don't like how the cut part looks, so I'm going to cut it down all the way. I don't really like seeing when someone has propagated a plant that I purchased and I can see the cut parts, like it kind of bothers me. I want a more clean looking plant. So I'm just going to shorten those down. And there's a huge one right here that the nursery had cut. So there is the stub that has been there ever since I got this plant. And I don't like the look of it, so I'm going to cut it down without cutting the leaves. Okay, so now that'll scab over, but at least it's not sticking out like a dead tree stump. So while I'm waiting for these to scab over, I am going to boil the pon. I did not get a chance to do that yesterday, so I'm going to go do that right now. And then I saw a video last night, and this plant influencer was talking about 4 different ways of sealing the cut. So I guess you could put wax on there or super glue. And what else? There were 2 other methods. Oh, someone had mentioned using cinnamon, but then that comes off when you put it in the water propagation. I have never heard of that before, and I've never done it before. I haven't found that I've had to do that, but I guess it helps to prevent root rot. Have you guys tried that before, like sealing the cut with anything? Let me know if like you always do that and you feel like you have is like necessary or what. Because because I don't think I have any of those things. I don't have super glue right now, and I definitely don't have wax. I don't use candles. So it just seems like an extra step of work that I don't want to do. I just want to let it dry and scab by itself and then put rooting powder on there. But yeah, just let me know what you guys think about that. So now I'm going to go and boil my pond, and then I'll be back. Okay, I did it. I boiled my pond, so that's ready to go. It's ready to use. But while I was doing that, I was thinking, and instead of propagating these in either water or even in pond, I'm going to try to do this the fast and easy way because I don't have a lot of time, and to have to like go and find a little pot for it, put the pond in, make sure that they're all standing upright, like just like submerged just enough, like that takes a lot of time. So what I'm going to do is exactly what I did with my Hoyas yesterday. I'm just going to put them in the same container, my little plastic propagation container here. I'm just going to prop them in. I'll just put them on top of the pond. I'm not even going to like bury them. And I have 7 cuttings. I'm going to put rooting powder on only 3 of them. And I'm going to see if that even helps. I wonder if it actually makes the roots grow faster or not. So another experiment, yay. Okay, so just taking a look at the things that are in here right now. My globulosa leaf is starting to yellow. I think I just put these in yesterday. This is the grapes leaf, half of it. It's starting to yellow. Like it's 100% humidity in this thing. So I have no idea if this is going to work or not. And it's probably not good that I'm like touching it and moving it around, but I have to make room for my new propagations. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys what I'm doing here. So that's what it looks like right now. And let me just go ahead and put this rooting powder. And I didn't really like give these a lot of time to scab over. I don't know how long it's been, maybe 20 minutes or something. I am just going to put rooting powder on the aerial root. And where did I cut this? Well, this is the bottom, so I'll put it there. Okay, so that's one. I'm just going to put it right on top of the pond like that. And I'll do this one. So there's the aerial root. And I think this is the bottom. That looks like the fresh part. The leaf is going that way. I think that's the bottom. I'll just do both sides. And that'll go right there. And the last one that I'm going to put the powder on. All right. So the other ones I'm just going to drop in. See how this goes. I guess I'll have to check up on these every day or so to see if the Hoya leaves are rotting, because I don't want to leave them in here all rotten with my brand new propagations. I don't think that would be cool. Okay, so that's done. Let me just go put this next to my grow light over here. Ta-da. And let me just get this rooting powder cleaned up. Now I need to work on these neon pothos propagations. I did these so long ago. I propagated these from my daughter's neon pothos because she wanted another hanging plant in her room and she didn't care if it was the same plant or not. And so I did an experiment. I propagated one in water and one in pond. And it's interesting. I thought the one in pond was doing better at first. I thought it was growing roots faster, but it has been like wilted like this the entire time. And this one actually has grown like maybe 3 new leaves. And the aerial roots grew really huge into the water. and there are no roots coming out of the cut part of the stem. And let me just show you that up close. So here is the water propagation. And as you can see, those aerial roots got really super long. And then they even have like these secondary roots now. So I guess it's ready to be potted. So I'm going to have to give this plant like a transitional period of 2 weeks and let it live in super wet, like soupy soil. I don't know, I haven't decided yet actually if I want to put this in pond or in soil because it's going in my daughter's room, and the pot that I have for her is really large, and I don't know how well pond does in like the really large containers. I feel like it dries out faster, and especially at the top, it's like really dry when the bottom might be moist. I feel like it's not very good at wicking moisture up. Yeah, I don't know if I want to be too experimental with this just yet because it's my daughter's. Maybe I'll just stick with the soil for now and do the self-watering just like I am with her other neon pothos. But let's take a look at this one and see what its roots look like because I have no idea. Okay, let's pour this out and see what we have. Wow, interesting. There's barely anything there. That's very surprising. So that's very interesting to me. I wonder if I let the pond dry out too much. Maybe it just didn't have enough moisture, but these almost non-existent roots kind of explains the limp leaves. And I wonder, I mean, there was at least one aerial root. There's like one node that was inside the pond, but I wonder if it would have done better if these other aerial roots were inside the pond also. So, So I inspected it a little bit more. It seems like there was a root growing out of the cut part, but it looks like it's rotted. And then this other root looks like it's an aerial root. And that one seems like it's kind of doing okay. It's like grown into the pond. So I don't really know what I should do with this. I wonder if I should propagate this in water and put these aerial roots into the water. I wonder if I should cut it and start over, or maybe just cut off the rotted part because maybe this aerial root is okay. Okay, I've decided. I sat here and thought about it for a minute. I'm going to just pot this up with the other cutting in the soil, the soupy soil, and keep it wet for 2 weeks and just see what happens. I wonder if it will bounce back. And I'm going to put this aerial root really close, maybe even submerged into the soil to see if it can help this plant out. So we will see what happens. And I will have to do this outside, even though it's so hot. I'll just stay in the shade and do it super fast. But before I go do that, I just want to show you guys something that I've decided I want to do. So I showed you my pots that I made. I decided I know which plant I want to put in this one after I get it glazed. First of all, I have to buy some glaze. I have to find some and then find a way to get it fired. But once I do, this is the plant that I want to put in here, my begonia. My snow-capped variegated begonia is got plenty of roots and it needs to be potted. And I should probably pot it sooner and not wait so long for this thing to get done. And I think I want to put it in pond, but eventually I want to get it in here. What do you think? I think it's going to be so cute. I can't wait. And I chose this one because it has like a huge water cache. I'm going to turn this into a self-watering pot for this begonia because I am coming to realize that these plants are very thirsty. This huge one right here is growing so fast and it is so humongous. It's getting so top heavy that it's starting to lean over. I'm going to have to give it a bigger, heavier, like sturdy pot so it doesn't get knocked over. But it drinks up so much water. So just so you know. All right, so I've got this set up here. I'm going to make a self-watering setup, but I'm going to punch holes so that it has aeration. I'm going to use my reamer. I'll just put the holes like right about there. And I've got to make sure the cotton wick is raised up so it brings the moisture up to the top. And I should get my plant in here. So I decided it was too hot outside for me to make soupy soil. So I'm just going to drench this. I am going to totally drench it with water and fill up the bottom cache all the way. And I'll keep it wet for 2 weeks and see how it does. And I will keep you guys updated on the progress of this plant. And this is going to be my last plant chore today. I have a lot of other things I have to take care of, but I will be back in the next clip. I have a lot of repotting to do. There's so many plants I have that are in substrates that I really do not like. So I'm gonna have to go around and see which one is like the top priority for my plant chores that I'm gonna do tomorrow. So, all right. Okay, never mind. I thought it was done, but I was watering some of my plants and then I discovered an emergency situation. My Hoya here, one of my mature Hoyas, the one that flowers for me all the time, has been getting yellow leaves that are dropping off from the inside. And I don't know if it's because I have overwatered it. I mean, I've been watering it when it feels light and the soil looks dry, but maybe I need to start using my moisture meter just to make sure. And there is one really cool vine on here with like really super silver leaves, this one here. And I don't know why, but the leaves are starting to wrinkle, like really super wrinkly and soft leaves. And like not all the leaves on this plant are soft, it's only on this one side. So I wonder if it's just like the soil is too wet on that side of the pot because the sun mostly hits like the other side. I'm not sure what's happening, but I feel like I should propagate this vine now. And I wanted to propagate it anyways to see if I could grow a full plant with these really cool silver leaves. I don't want to lose this part of the plant. It's so cool. So I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to cut them off into sections and then let them scab over. And then probably I will propagate them in pon and put some of them in my cabinet and then just leave some of them out. All right, so here it is. Like all of them feel so soft and see it's like wrinkly. So where should I cut it? I'll just cut it there. It's super milky white. So that's a good sign that the plant is probably still healthy. But for some reason, this vine is not doing well on this plant. So I'm going to cut again here. I'm just going to cut at every node. Well, I'll leave 2 on this one just in case. So this is something I've been wanting to do for a while. I hate that I have to do it as an emergency. But I'm trying not to get this milky white stuff on me because I think it is toxic and can irritate the skin. So I've been taking single node cuttings. I'm going to do double now, just in case it helps. And I'm just going to cut all the way up to the top because the leaves are wrinkly and soft all the way up to the top. I wonder if it's like aborting this vine. For this one, since it seems extra wrinkly, I'm going to leave 3 nodes on it. And I think I can let these scab over 24 hours because I really do not have time to like mess with plant stuff anymore for today. So I'm going to just let them sit out overnight and then I'll finish taking care of them tomorrow. And this one's 2 nodes. still milky white. Um, yeah, this one is super wrinkly. I'm just gonna leave the rest of it in there and see what happens to it. But I don't know why, like this one and my other full Hoya have been dropping leaves. They've been yellowing like in the middle of the pot and then they just come off. I don't know what's happening. Maybe I'm overwatering, but I don't know. I'll try to figure it out. I'll see you guys tomorrow. There they are, the cuttings. Wish us luck. Okay, I'm back. So I don't remember what time I had cut these Hoya leaves yesterday, but it is like 12:50 p.m. right now. So I think we're getting close to 24 hours. Um, it's okay if it's like less than that. I just don't want to go over. I don't want my leaves to dry up. But I'm finally finding some time today to finish the propagations. So let's go ahead and do that and see if I can save my silver leaves. So here's my little station. Look at this one. It is so wrinkly. So let me just hurry up and get these in. I need rooting powder. I almost forgot. Okay, so I'll go ahead and just put rooting powder on all the ends. I can't tell where the bottom is or where the top is. I think, oh my gosh, both ends look the same. I don't think the roots grow out either end. I think it only grows out the bottom, right? But now I can't tell where the bottoms are. This one I can tell because that's the very tip. That's where the peduncle was. But the other ones, oh gosh. It's kind of important if I'm going to be potting them in pots. Oh, there's a little tiny baby leaf growing on this one. So cute. Okay, I'm going to assume that I cut it so that I had a longer stem on the bottom. Okay, got it. Once I run out of this rooting powder, I want to try to get some of the mycorrhizae, or however you say it, that I've seen other people use, and someone actually like recommended that to me. I don't know if that's like a more natural rooting powder. I guess this is a chemical one. It's not really sticking to the end, so I wonder if I should get it wet. I'm gonna get the ends wet. It's like a little bit of water on the table. I'll just dab some water and then stick it in the rooting powder. So now it's sticking on there. Otherwise, if it's dry, just like it doesn't stay on there. So this is gonna have to be my last plant chore of today and also for this week's video. I have family coming in town and I'll be busy tomorrow. And I like getting my videos out every Friday. And so far I have been on time recently. I think there were a couple of weeks since I started, like 4 months ago, that I posted a day late. And I don't know if that matters or not. I mean, it doesn't really matter, but to me it matters. Because if I set a hard deadline for myself, then I feel like I actually get it done. Otherwise, if I'm just like loosey goosey about it, I feel like I would put it off forever. And then, I don't know, I might not ever get one out, or like I might only do it once a month and then I would like drop off and like stop doing it. So I like having this weekly schedule. So I'm going to put 3 of the propagations in the little pots and then 4 in the big one. And then I'll put the big one in my cabinet and leave the little one out. Or maybe I should do the opposite. the bigger pot will hold moisture longer, so maybe I should keep this one out and put the small one in the cabinet. Actually, I don't know why I thought there were 7 cuttings. There's only 6. Okay, I'll put 3 and 3, and the bigger one stays outside. The little one goes in the cabinet. Just gonna clean up a little. All right, let's get some pon into the pots. So I am currently in the middle of a video. I'm watching a YouTube video. I found a new plant person, and she did an experiment with 6 different substrates to see which one was the best at propagating her plants. And then she used like several different plants. I haven't finished watching it yet, but I can't wait to see what she determines. It seems like different plants do differently in different substrates. Like one plant might like one substrate better than the other. So I kind of wonder if there's not like one best substrate for all plants. But I can't wait to see which one is the best for her Hoya. She's doing a Hoya Crimson Queen. I'm trying to decide which plants I should put in each pot. These 3 are the largest. I'll put the 3 largest in the big pot. Yeah. I wonder if I think I need a trellis. All right, so I'm just gonna cut this in half. I do not need something this long. Titanium scissors, the best. All right, so I'm just gonna stick it in the middle and then spiral it around. So that way the Hoyas can rest their leaves on here and they'll be propped up so they won't fall over, because they don't all have like the longest stems. So it's only gonna stay up once I put the pon around it. So I'm gonna have to hold everything up all at once. Okay, so I'm just gonna put all the plants in the middle of the trellis. Wait, this one's problematic. It has a shorter stem. Okay, I'm going to put the short stem one in the middle. There. And raise up the spiral on the edge for the other plants. And like everything has to be in the pot, like inside the pots before I put the pon in there, because it's almost impossible to get stuff inside the pon once it's like already in the pot. So I think this one will be okay outside. All right. I don't know where my scoop is. I think it's downstairs. I'm just gonna use this plastic cup. It's the tiniest cup. I think it looks like from the medicine, like cough medicine or something. I got this from a seller who sold me a propagation. I kind of wonder if Fluval stratum turns out to be the best propagating medium, because the Hoyas that I get from this one seller, she uses that and they do root pretty quickly. I wouldn't want to leave it in that forever. Like I want to transfer them out now that they have good roots. I just have to find the time. My priority list. Okay, that looks good. Cute little tiny pot. So this one is going to go somewhere in my room, maybe on the shelves behind me. And let's fill up this one. I don't have a bottom watering dish for this, I should find something right now because the rocks are gonna fall through the holes. Okay, I'm just gonna use a plastic cup and I'm gonna make this self-watering. So this is actually the first time I'm gonna try doing self-watering with pond. Like I've definitely tried it with soil, but it's going to be interesting to see how this works with pond. So it seems like pond is not great at wicking moisture up to like the surface rocks. So I wonder if this is going to help at all. And it does fit through the holes perfectly. I forgot what size I have. 4mm cotton string here. And it's perfect size for this pot. The holes. Yeah, that's great. Look at that. It's perfect. Okay, so let me just put some pond at the bottom. Yeah, see they like fall through the holes. I'll put some leca. There's like some leca balls in here. I'll put those at the bottom. I don't really like using leca, I've decided. Okay, so now I will use a trellis for this one also. My hair is everywhere. That looks good. Stay. To situate this cotton cord to be in the middle. This is my freshly boiled pond that I'm reusing. I always spill this pond everywhere, but this tray is super helpful. Catches all of it. Okay. Oops. I'm trying not to bury too much of the stem in the pond because I don't want it to suffer from rot. Let me see if I can get this in now. Dig a hole. All right, it's not looking too bad. So I'm going to end here for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed watching, and I haven't decided yet what video I'm going to be putting out next week. So far I have been doing plant chores like bi-weekly, and then I was doing my plant hauls like in between, but since I'm not purchasing plants right now, I've just been like picking a topic and doing a video about whatever that topic is that week. So let me know if you guys have any suggestions. I would love to hear what you want to watch. So until next time, enjoy your plants.